Yes, people, welcome to another edition of Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. It's the first Agenda FC of the year. So if you haven't seen the show before, normally it's hosted by myself and my brother Tox. Tox will be here soon. But how Agenda FC works is we give our opinions on anything football related, but it's either two things. One, we give an opinion so strong that people call it an agenda, or two, we give an opinion where, or the second thing is we give an opinion where we actually have an agenda. So they're the two things there in it. So it's one opinion. So it's either one of two things. Either one, we believe in this so strong and say it so much that people believe it's an agenda, or two, we're honest and give actual agendas. Me personally, I don't have agendas like that. I do not have agendas like that. But I feel so strong, for instance, about Oli out. Certain people believe it's an agenda, but it is what it is. So it's only right, the first Agenda FC of the year, I brought on this special guest. Because this guy, I always say this all the time, one of the best trolls in the footballing game, one of the most hardworking people in the footballing game, my personal favorite non-Manchester United troll. So even when he trolls United, I laugh. You know what I'm saying? Welcoming Carefree Lewis to the show. Lewis, what are you telling me, man?
I'm good. How you been feeling?
Yo, man, I'm good in it. Just out here working in it. First and foremost, welcome to the show. Welcome to Sarcasm City TV. Welcome to Agenda FC, etc., etc.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Yeah,
How's
man.
the
It's
last
great
week been, though? Because it's been rough for you lot.
Yeah.
You know, I had to start with something at least.
Why did you have to start there, man? It's not been that rough for us, lot. You get what I'm saying? And that it's not been
It's
that
been
like
peak for both of us. Like, we've been suffering the last few weeks.
It's been more peak for you lot though, because your manager's had his turn now. We've seen Oli go through it, then Arteta had it, and now the eyes seem to be on Lampard and that. So
and the fans are turning quick.
Yes,
they're turning quick on him. Low-key, I'm glad there's not fans in the ground because it would be so toxic right now.
Okay,
match-going fans, because they would stick with Lampard to the death, and there'd be some fans that would be like, I'd like to see us lose 20 games under Frank Lampard, and I'd still be backing him. And we're just like, what? Match-going fans are like that, though. You'd be surprised.
How do you like that? Yeah, you know what? There is loyal fans to when a player's played for the club before.
Yeah, so there's loyalty and there's stupidness. These men are saying Lampard could take us to the Championship, but they'd still back him because they want to see Lampard succeed as manager. Well, that's not success, is it?
Yeah, it's not success, but I'm in the same boat as a Manchester United fan. You sounded like I sound like about Oli. It's the same thing.
You got United fans that like that with Ole.
Yeah, yes, you have United fans who will back Oli no matter what.
No matter what. With Lampard, I understand it. He's one of our greatest ever players of all time. He's our highest goal scorer. I can understand having that much nostalgia in your head. Ole as well, for the history, I get he has won a lot of trophies for your club. But in terms of influence, I don't think he's nearly as influential as a Manchester United legend as Frank Lampard is.
He's not as influential to Chelsea as Oli is to Manchester United. It's the goal in 99. Because you got to understand that goal for Manchester United fans, along with the Giggs goal in the semi-final, is probably our most famous goal in the Fergie era. Considering all the goals we scored, all the great moments, your Cantona chips, your Rooney overhead kick, etc. That goal, because it's a treble winning goal, sticks out. You know what I'm saying? It sticks out. So that's what it is. Like, I'm a massive fan. I don't take away from Oli in terms of what he did as a legend. You know what I mean? He's a legend of the football club. I can separate the two. You know what I'm saying? Him as a manager, no good. Him as a player, he's solidified in my mind. Nobody can ever take that away from him. He's a part of the most successful period I ever seen as a Manchester United fan. But him as a manager is not good enough. And I've been saying this for the longest. But certain fans will back him, even when we was 15th, 16th. Certain fans, was backing him to the hill. And we'll back him continuously, no matter what. Look at some of the comments he comes out with after we lose. Oh, it's an improvement.
Yeah, I can't lie. Ole after a loss in a press conference is absolutely hilarious. He has no clue what he's saying.
No clue.
But one thing I can give Lampard is he can go into any press conference and I could come out of that believing in him just a little bit more. But same way, there's a massive debate over Lampard in now. I still think it's part to do with Maurizio Sarri as well, because the match-going fans have no patience for him, but they have all the patience in the world for Frank Lampard. And to those who are Sarri in, they just smell the hypocrisy a mile out.
Okay, let me ask you before we get to the episode title. Was you Sarri in?
I was sorry until the death. Last day, I was
Okay.
screaming sorry in because I knew it was a project with him, same way as a project with Frank Lampard. And at the
Right.
very least, I've got experience to figure out what it's going to be like under Maurizio Sarri. It was obvious to anybody that the first season was going to be a bit rough and that things weren't going to look good. He was going to look like a bit of a bum. But you saw glimpses of what he wanted to do. The second season was going to be okay. The team has understood 1 year of Sarri ball. They're going to be at their best. The football is going to be absolute liquid. We never saw that second season. I understand the reasons why, and also the way circumstances have gone out since then. I don't complain too much about it. Whatever happened, happened. He had to leave for himself as well. That was a mutual decision. But who's to say we could have been better? Who's to say we could have been better under Maurizio Sarri within 3 years and under Frank Lampard? You can't really tell. But if Lampard left right now, he'd leave as an amazing transitional manager, stabilized the ship perfectly, and left the club in 10 times of a better place than it was when he originally joined in. So even if Lampard leaves now, I wouldn't say his legacy's tarnished. I wouldn't say he's done anything wrong, and he could come back in 5 years as a much more experienced manager and then redo the project again. But right now, I don't know. I'm Lampard middle right now. I'm happily sat on the fence because all I think we need to do at the least is change a formation, change a system, and not look so predictable going into each game. But the thing with Lampard is we look absolutely predictable and we play the same formation every single game. So as soon as I see a change, then I can judge whether you're actually a good manager or not, because you've answered a lot of questions before. You just ain't answering anything right now. So it's like, okay, well, how am I meant to back you if you're not changing anything?
Okay, right. That makes sense. Alexander said here, everyone, you'll smash a like. Please make sure you hit a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're watching via my Twitter right now, make sure you retweet and like the tweet. Also, make sure you follow Carefree Louis G on Twitter also and subscribe to his own channel also. But all right, let's get into what we are here for regarding Agenda FC. As you can see from the title, Reece James is the best right back in the league. This is something, if you're following Lewis, I've seen him say time and time again. So I want to ask you one, do you genuinely believe this, number one? Or number two, is it an agenda?
No, I genuinely think Reece James is the best right back in the league. I think you could say Trent is better going forward. Cool. Yeah. You could say Wan-Bissaka's better defensively. Cool. I think Reece James is more well-rounded than the pair of them, and he offers both. I think if we had potentially Olivier Giroud starting more games, then Reece James wouldn't be disrespected as much. Everyone says, he's just a cross merchant because he puts a bunch of crosses into the box and nobody is on the end of it. That's not his fault. It's the fault of whoever's in the middle. Because Reece James's crosses have been disrespected the entirety of 2020 because it's been Tammy Abraham on the end of it. Or it's been Christian Pulisic, or it's been Timo Werner. But he's always delivered dangerous crosses into the box. It's just there's barely anyone on the end of it. Defensively as well, last season he was getting there. Like, he was good defensively. He wasn't great defensively. He has improved leaps and bounds this season, and he's potentially our player of the season. I genuinely think he's the most well-rounded right back in the Premier League right now. You can make an argument for Wan-Bissaka, Trent, even the Leicester City right back. I don't really recall his name. Not Pereira, the other one. But
the new guy
you can make a case for him as well, but you'd have to see him at a bigger club, in my opinion, if you could really make that judgment call. But for me, it's Reece James. And this isn't me trying to disrespect other right backs, not even me trying to disrespect Trent as well. But especially with the season Trent's having, we are not having a debate over Trent over Reece James right now. And that's not even delusion talking. It is just fact. People don't want to agree with it because of how young Reece James is right now. But look how young Trent was when people are delivering the same arguments too. Granted, Trent was in a better Liverpool side, but we're also growing as a club. So I think as soon as either we end up getting a manager that understands the squad a bit more, or Lampard ends up changing the system a bit more, people start going on to Reece James as well. But right now, he only looks like a cross merchant because all we do is pass to Reece James and hope he can deliver a decent cross into somebody. But he always delivers those good crosses.
All right, I hear that. As Tox just disappeared, then I was just about to introduce him as well. But my bro Tox, who's the co-host of this show, will be back on. So, all right, I can see here via the comments, people, yo, you got people talking. This is why I brought you for the show, Lewis. Isn't it? You're the perfect guy for this type of show. So people are saying Tariq Lamptey. If there's any comments I missed that you want me to pull up, let me know.
I rate Lamptey as well. He had to leave because it was the best for all parties, but look how he's shining now. So I'm not complaining.
No, I hear that. I'm gonna get to all the comments. I can't use lot. Please make sure you hit the like button. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with Lewis? Do you think that Reece James is the best right back in the league? Do you think it's Wan-Bissaka? Do you think it's Lamptey? Do you think it's Trent? Like, let us know. Is it someone else we haven't mentioned? I believe Tox is back also. Yes, Tox, you here? Yeah. Yes. Yo, Tox, meet Lewis. Lewis, meet my bro.
What are you
Tox
saying, bro? You good?
What's going on, Lewis? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, G. I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Sorry I'm late in that.
Nah,
no worries. Lateness is greatness.
Yo, I'm using that from now on, innit? I'm using that from now on.
That's why Lewis is
That's my
guy.
excuse for everything now, innit?
You think I ain't been using that for years, man? Join the club.
Late. That's why I'm using it. So as you heard, I don't know if you heard bits and pieces, but that's what we're discussing. Talks is Reece James the best right back in the league? So Lewis has put forward his case. Who do you believe is the best right back in the league? Do you believe it's Reece James or do you think it's someone else?
I think it's Wan-Bissaka in it, but maybe I'm biased because I'm a United fan. But in terms of what I want from my right back, Wan-Bissaka gives me all that and more in it. So, I think his potential for going forward as well is improving. Mm-hmm. When we do get an actual right winger in, then it's going to make his job a whole lot easier as well. So we're like the fact that we're watching him do the whole job of controlling the whole right flank on his own, I think that puts him ahead of all the other competition as well.
Okay, now I get what you're saying because he is literally holding it down on that whole
on his own, innit? Like he has to beat two players just to get a cross in, innit? Like,
right, who do you got on the right hand side now?
Sometimes nobody, sometimes Greenwood, sometimes Mao, sometimes
Greenwood. Sometimes nobody.
Sometimes nobody. You never know what we're gonna get with Ollie. You never know. Sometimes it's Greenwood, sometimes it's a Juan Mata, sometimes it's a Dan James, which equates to nobody. You get what I'm saying? And even the cross he put in for the Villa goal against Martial, the assist for Martial's goal, he's still having to beat players in that. You get me? To get crosses in and get a yard of space.
Whoever we ever have in the right wing spot never stays on the right wing as well. They're always elsewhere in it. So even if there is somebody there, Wan-Bissaka still has to patrol that whole flank on his own, get up and get down multiple times a game in it. So I rate him more for that because he's still being productive given the fact that we're setting up to make him fail, basically.
Yeah, Ryan's here saying I prefer Reece James to Lamptey. To be fair, Reece James is built as well. I do rate Reece James.
Actually. I do like Reece James.
I do rate Reece James, and you touched on it. So you think it's not Lewis the quality of his crosses? It's just that his crosses, like you said, all of 2020 have been disrespected.
Disrespected.
Does that not fall? Does that not fall on Lampard then for not playing Giroud up top rather than Werner?
Lampard's been making mistakes for a while now, still. And I've been saying the system's a big reason for it as well, because the last month we just done the exact same thing, played near enough the exact same players, then we're going to complain about the fixture list. So, I mean, okay, if we're going to complain about the fixture list, maybe make a sub before the 75th minute, and we might have more better rested players.
Oh, Jesus, you sound like me talking about Ollie.
Yeah, about Ollie, innit? Like
literally. I've seen myself get more visibly pissed off at our manager over the last month, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it literally sounds like we're talking about Ollie here, innit? Like if I just tuned in, I would assume you're talking about Ollie, innit?
Yeah, I was watching the semi-final game as well. I was thinking you are taking ages to make a sub as well.
That's every game, bro. Every single game without
Welcome
fail,
to
bro.
the club, bro. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. If we only see subs after 45 minutes, I mean the 45th minute if the game's already finished.
Yeah,
3-0 down or something like that.
Yeah, what annoys me most is like when the camera pans to him and he's just sat there like this, you get me? And it's like, yo, like make a decision in it, like think about something in it, like you're just sat there, bro.
Yeah, I swear half time he's not even sitting in the dugout, he's in like the stands or something.
Yeah, he's like high up in it. It's like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Just on your iPad in it. It's like he's got no ideas whatsoever in it. But don't start me off in it.
He literally does have no ideas, but we could talk about Ollie, his wrong decision making for so long. D'Angelo here says Reece James isn't the best. Guy goes missing in big games too many times. What's your thoughts on that, Lewis? Like, do you see a difference in his performance in his big games?
Yeah, I want to know what big games. I feel like he's just going to tell me the Arsenal game, but that was Lampard's fault for playing him injured. So that's not even him.
How old is Reece James now?
21, I think. 2021. He's still young as well, but like he is balling out for his age.
Yeah, that would be a symptom of your age, innit? If you are going missing in big games, like he's 21, innit? You can't really get on him about that, innit?
Yeah,
I can understand that, but I just want to know which games, because the only one that comes off my head is the Arsenal one, but that one is fault. He shouldn't have played that one, and now he's been injured because of it.
Yeah, I remember you saying actually when I watched your recap of that game, saying that he was injured. Why did Lampard play him when you have Aspilicueta there? It makes no sense.
He clearly said both our fullbacks were injured in the pre-match press conferences, then started both of those fullbacks. I was like, this is the easiest game out of the 3 that we have, and we're putting all of our players out for this one. That messed up the Villa game as well as a result of that. And also the Man City game, because Aspi was just getting done all the game by Foden. Reece James wouldn't have been getting done all game.
That's true, because he's quicker than he's definitely quicker.
Yeah, and he can come back quicker on the transition. I love Aspi, but you know where his deficiencies are. He's amazing defensively. He's good going forward, but when you get him going forward and back, he's going to be exposed.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. A lot of people are mentioning Cancelo, like D'Angelo here says, fullbacks who can dribble and cross are the ones who should be called the best. Look at the likes of Marcelo and Jordi Alba attacking fullbacks. And some, I know that wasn't a comment I meant to click on, but Cancelo, people are mentioning as well.
Yeah, I'm hearing Cancelo a bit. And to be fair, that's a good argument. He didn't really play too much last season, but usually them Guardiola signings barely play in the first season. Seen that with Bernardo Silva. Not really too many other names coming off the top of my head, but it's a key factor that I've always noticed them. They signed, they barely played the first season. It's like they're assimilating more into his style of play.
Yeah.
And the second season, we've seen them a lot more.
Yeah, and we've seen his fullbacks. How many fullbacks has he failed on? He's failed on a lot of fullbacks in that. He spent a lot of money on Mendy's, your Zinchenko's. Who else? Danilo.
50 mil a pot, each fullback you get me.
Yeah, it's like 200 million in fullbacks.
Money. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
It is. So you're saying, Tox, Wan-Bissaka is the best right back in the league, and Lewis,
definitely.
And you're saying
I'm going Reece James.
You're going Reece James. Everyone it is. Even JV said it here. He said, I honestly thought, man, we're talking about I just didn't.
I can't believe this. Is this what we're comparing them to now?
Yo, this is what it is. The thing is, though, I say the same thing about Chelsea squad that I say about Manchester United squad. I say if you have a better manager in charge, you lot challenge. To me, you lot have all the tools within your team. Yeah. With everyone you added, you have a quality side. Yes, we troll and banter each other and stuff like that. But they're outside of City and Liverpool, the only other team that worry me in this league is Chelsea. But the only
I think with you lot as well, you got a good squad, but all you really need is another centre back next to Maguire. Other than that and a new manager, you lot are good for me.
Yeah. You said it there. Another manager, that's what's key. You get me? It's a manager.
If Bailey don't get injured, like I'm comfortable with our centre back options in it. But he needs to stay fit.
He needs to stay fit, and the new manager.
I keep saying,
go on.
Like I keep saying, Bailey's our best centre back by a clear mile in it. Like Maguire has nothing on him whatsoever. So if he stays fit, we're all right in defence.
Now, we would be all right in the defense, but that too goes to show is if you look at our team, there isn't that many deficiencies in it. But the fact that Manchester United, a joint top, can go clear with a game in hand, and we're still not taken seriously as title contenders, 17, 18 games in, tells you all you need to know as the manager. No one believes United can win the league title. I think Ads, big on my little bro, Ads is the only person I've say we can win this league title. It doesn't matter if it's a Manchester United fan, doesn't matter if it's a rival fan. Nobody seems to believe we can win this league title, and that falls solely on the manager. But people don't want to hear it.
That was it. But I'm thinking, how are you lot saying 21 is coming, but you don't rate your manager and you want him out? I'm thinking,
that's propaganda, bro.
Title, everyone needs to deliver apologies to him quick.
Yeah, facts. That's just propaganda, innit? Like 21 is coming in it, but I don't truly believe that. I'm waiting for the wheels to fall off because I see this manager we have in it. Like, look at the last game against City. As soon as it's not going well, he has no ideas in it. Absolutely, yes. You bring on Van der Beek in the 88th minute, bro. I'm just like,
what was propaganda? I understand. I do the exact same thing with the photo of Lampard holding the Premier League title. I never believe it's happening either.
Yo, we're trying to speak it into existence, bro. That's all it is, isn't it? That's all we got. That's all we got.
That's literally all we have because in my heart of hearts, I say this all the time. I genuinely don't believe this manager is good enough to deliver a league. But like Todd said, the wheels are going to fall off, but I'm going to ride this shit till the wheels fall off. I'm riding this till all the wheels fall off in it. Even if it's on one wheel and free of God, I'm riding this till it because we've not been in a title race for so long. So I'm just happy to be involved in the conversation.
It's been like 8 years, bro.
It's been 8 long years. That's a long time.
You know where we were meant
2012, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Say that again, Lewis. Say that again.
I was like, you're exactly where we thought we would be at this point in the season.
This is yeah, exactly. If Hughes was there, I would understand. The only reason why I give Lampard more of the benefit of the doubt is because it is his only second season in the Premier League, and also as well, this is his first season with his players. Is he doing everything he can? No, because I look at why is I explain us to this, Lewis. Give us your thoughts on it. Why is he playing Werner out wide on the left and shoehorning Tammy Abraham in?
I don't know, to be honest. Like, all I'm thinking is a focal point up front because we're pushing crosses in the whole time. And I understand that because Timo would be worse up front than Tammy in that sort of system because he's going to have less aerial threat than he does. I don't mind him playing out wide if it's a team that gives us space, but we've been facing so many teams that sit deep against us. It's like, what's even the point? Timo Werner's a system player. You got to play to his strengths. This formation doesn't play to his strengths. I've been screaming for the 4-2-3-1 for the longest because that's how we get the best out of him. Even if we conceded more goals in that formation, I don't care too much. Whenever we played those games, Kepa was in goal. Kepa attacks exists, and it's statistically proven. So with Mendy in goal, I will back it. We create more chance in the 4-2-3-1. We get the best out of Kai Havertz as well as Timo Werner. So why don't we do it? We just keep spamming the 4-2-3-1 formation for nothing.
Yeah, so 4-2-3-1, because I've seen you say this a lot. And in terms of Kante, who's highly rated, but you said that he can't play the lone DM role against teams that press.
Yep, and the Man City game is big proof of it. Literally failed the biggest test against the best pressing side in the league. Everyone will say the Leeds United game, cool. Leeds United aren't the finished article. There's a reason why they play that style of play against the big teams and get pammed every single time. It's because they can't play against the big teams with that sort of style of play. So it's cool. You passed the Leeds test, that's fine. That wasn't the big test. That's like your mock exams before the real one. The real one was Manchester City. Failed. Got a G in everything.
What I said the mock exam, Joe.
It's true, man. Like I followed the hype during the 17-game unbeaten run because we were 17 games unbeaten, and that's fine. Right. But look at the teams we're playing. Burnley don't press. Sheffield United don't press. Spurs don't press. Who else did we play? Everton just dropped deep against us the whole game because they had injuries. The Wolves game, that was just poor game management, and we'll just keep going off the rest of the games. We struggled against Aston Villa and Arsenal. Half the reason for that as well, Lampard played him every single game in the Christmas period, which is probably part of the reason why he flopped against City as well. But again, why play the same midfield 3 games in a row in the Christmas period?
Yeah,
I can't explain that. And then we're going to complain about injuries. That don't make sense.
Yeah, and I look at your team. Go on, Tox. It's calm.
I was going to say, like, are you willing to give Lampard time to get it right, or is it just like a Lampard out thing at this point?
No. I'm still waiting on him a little bit. I've already said I want to give him until the Spurs game because the 5 games we got leading up to that game, everyone's worried about that, but that's not even too deep. The 5 to 10 games after that are peak. And if we don't sort ourselves out by then, Lampard is not lasting through that because we've got until the Spurs game, we have who is it? Fulham away, which is just going to be embarrassing in itself if we don't get 3 points. Leicester away, which could go either way with Leicester City's home form. Then you have Wolves at home, which we've already lost to this season. Our record against Wolves and all that. Burnley at home, which just screams shithouse 1-0 Burnley, just knowing that. And then it's the Tottenham game. So if we don't sort ourselves out by then, it's peak. And February is a madness. We have Southampton away, Atletico away, and lot at home in the space of a week. And then we have Everton away and Leeds United away straight after that. So I'm not worried about the next 5 games. It's the 5 to 10 after that. We also have Atletico away and Liverpool away. Atletico at home and Liverpool away in the same week. So we need to fix up and quick.
Yeah.
Some of the patterns of games that we have are peak. Our last 4 games of the season are Manchester City away, Arsenal at home, Leicester City at home, and Aston Villa away on the final day as well.
That's wild.
That's our last 4 games of the season.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Lampard, fix up quick.
Yes.
I'm not Lampard out, I'm fix up quick because we can't be dropping points now. Because we should be worrying about that in the future.
No, that's
you'd hope that he'd sort it out by then. Like with the amount of signings he got as well, like it's all gonna fall on his head, innit? So you need to find a way to You need to make it work before you get to that point, innit?
Yeah, and it's clear what the problems are, which is why I'm giving him time, because it's like, just change the formation at the very least, so we don't look completely predictable. But the more he keeps doing it, the more it's going to be like, all right, cool, I don't know whether I can back this guy anymore. I've already said, if I see the same formation against Fulham, Timo Werner on the left wing, and we don't get a result, that might be it for me. That might be it for me. Oh,
understandable.
Ooh.
Yeah, flawless on that.
Yeah.
Yo, you froze in one time, bro.
Yo.
Yeah,
Did I froze? Am I back now?
Yeah.
Am I back? I don't know why I froze.
Yeah. You're back.
Am I back, innit? Nah, I was just shocked by what you said. That could be it for you. You get what I'm saying? And that, like, that was if you don't.
I've said, end of the Spurs game. That's the latest. But if the Fulham game is the same BS, I don't know whether I can back that.
Okay, when do you play Fulham?
2 weeks. It's after the Morecambe game. We've got to win our next 2 games on pride alone. If we don't get a win on either of those, it is so peak. I'm not even thinking about dropping anything in that Morecambe game. I don't care what team we play, we should be smashing them. Our youth team plays in the Checker Trade Trophy and they smash everyone there. So I'm not worried about whatever team we play. Just get a result. I don't even care about how we do it. Just do not draw or lose to Morecambe. I swear down, I can't show them. I might not even do a live if we do that. That would be embarrassing.
You gotta do a live, man. You know what I'm saying, innit? Your lives
you want me to do
in.
Of course, man, innit? I want you to get these numbers and these views. You get me? I support you, my G. You get what I'm saying? And I'm here support.
I'm here to start supporting us, man.
Yeah. I'm here to pick you up. You get what I'm saying? When you're feeling low and that, because roles reverse, you need to do the same to me. You get what I'm saying? And that. There's certain times I don't want to do lives and that and watch alongs and recaps and talk about this shit. Before I started doing live stream, bad results were bad enough. But now you have to go on live streams and talk for 2 and 3 hours about how bad the result was. And then
how many times I've just been like, I'm ignoring the comment section. If you man gotta pay a super chat to mock me, or I'm not reading it. Arsenal game, I hit it. Had to hide the comment section and everything. I just got my mate to mod it and just send me super chats.
Yo, your recap of that was great. You was like, right, this is why I did a live stream. I'm not recording anything after that shit. I was dying, yo. You know what I'm saying?
I might make it a permanent thing because I can't lie, the lives are more simplistic. But same way, I'm not editing a video after a 3-1 loss to Arsenal. I've got to look back on that video as well. That was terrible. That's one of the most embarrassing results we've had in the last 15 years.
We'll get into that. I rate the energy of that though. When you said, if you want to mock me, super chat. That's what I might start doing when United lose. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's the way forward in it. But back to that. You was very, very critical of Chelsea after that loss to Arsenal, and I think that turned a lot of people, because I seen that hashtag Lampard out was trending, etc. And you went as far as to say it's one of the worst defeats under the Abramovich era. I actually agree with you in terms of how bad the defeat is. Obviously, I don't know. You'll know more than me being a Chelsea fan.
We've had worse results, but it's definitely up there.
Why was it so bad?
It's the context of it as well, innit? Like, I seen it coming, so when they lost, I wasn't shocked by it, innit? Like, for me, it was just written in the stars. But I think it's the context of, like, the state Arsenal were in. Like, you don't lose to them in that situation, innit? So to go on and get pammed like that, like, it was bad for me. And I'm not even a Chelsea
literally
fan.
That on paper, on form, whatever way you look at it, Arsenal were meant to be getting smoked. I don't regret any of the words I said pre-match. I said it because if we lost, we were getting embarrassed anyway. A lot of Chelsea fans were shook going into this game. I don't know why. I still don't know why we were shook going into this game. I don't care that we lost 3-1. This is the worst Arsenal side in the last 50 years. If we can't be confident going into this game against this Arsenal side, when can I be confident?
It's one of them football things, isn't it? Like,
go on.
I think it's one of them footballing things, because if United were playing them in that exact same situation, I would be scared as well, because I would see it come in. It's like, this is set up for us to lose and be embarrassed, innit?
No, but even your loss, like, it was just a dumb Pogba tackle. That was the difference. That game screamed 0-0.
Yeah.
0-0 in it. But that man was talking Arteta masterclass, but that's a whole nother situation.
Arteta masterclass. That's one of the worst games of football I've seen all season. Neither manager can claim that as a masterclass.
Yeah, it wasn't playing. Arsenal lot did. That man was singing and dancing.
Yeah,
that's what
shameless. The worst part is we've given them ammo for it the last 2 games we played.
I
Yeah.
said this before and I say this, this is fully on Lampard's hands, you get what I'm saying? Because that Arsenal banter was at fever pitch. It was so high. And Chelsea, you lot went there and gave them 3 points. And I had my shit ready.
Bro, the
I had
third
video
goal,
ready.
right? These men have had one open play goal in the last 6 weeks going into the game. And we let them score the third goal, playing the ball from their goal to ours on the ground. I was like, what? These men can't score from open play to save their lives. They have walked through our entire team and lobbed our goalkeeper. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's
the worst thing is, like, they was actually in a relegation battle, and then that's propelled them forward now, innit? So, like, they starting to move up the table and whatnot. It's like Lampard really messed it up for everybody, because this was the season.
Chelsea, man. We did it to West Ham last
season.
season. We're doing it to Arsenal this season.
Yeah, Lampard messed it up for everyone, man.
He did mess it up. Hey, you lot, make sure you get the likes up if you're watching this on the YouTube. Get the likes up. Make sure you share the video across all your socials and subscribe to the channel. It is road to 2,000 subscribers on Sarcasm City TV. And I tell you, look at the lineups, man. Continues to give you get me. We've got Carefree Lewis and Tox on the same video in it daily. You know what I'm saying? The lineup's better than your barbers. I'm keep telling you this. Sarcasm City TV is different. You know what I'm saying?
It's the only lineup you can get right now. You get me?
The lineup, it's just very true.
Speaking of barbers, bro.
You always
Why
calm.
do you think I got the do-rag on, innit? Like, yo, fam, I look hammed up out here, bro.
Yeah, a few more weeks, I'm going to have to start wearing caps on lives and everything.
I am struggling.
It is what it is, man. I'll send you a Sarcasm City cap, Lewis. I got you. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, send it over, man. That's a wavy cap anyway.
I got you with it. I'll have to talk. Obviously, everything's shut down because of lockdown and that, but I got you anyway. I remember I promised it you and that. You know what I'm saying? But someone here says,
I bless.
It's always a great question. Shout out my Don Ryan as well. He said, who's worse out of Lampard, Ollie, and Arteta? We'll start with you, Lewis. Who you think's the worst?
My manager's surrounded with, for goodness sake. A year ago, we were doing Lampard's Klopp debates, and here we are with Ole and Arteta, man. To a level, we deserve it. But hey, who's the worst, Ole, Lampard, or Arteta? Here's the thing. I could say Arteta, but literally everything Arteta's doing a month ago, we're doing now. So I don't even know if I can have that sort of conversation. Ole is the most experienced, but the same way he don't really manage like it. So I don't even know if he gets into this. I don't know, you know. Like, I'd say Lampard's say Lampard's the best out of the three. I just don't know which one is worse.
I agree with you. I think Lampard's clearly the better out of all three of them. Like, I don't think it's close, innit?
All right, go on, Tux.
In terms of the worst, it's the worst, innit? Like,
probably
to have your team, to have your team floating around 15th, 16th, and it's not just that; it's the not scoring any goals.
We're 15th.
Yeah, fam. not scoring any goals. You get me? Like, fucking, your team just picking up red card after red card after red card. It's just like, and the whole hype he had around him, like he was the second coming of Pep. I never liked that to begin with, innit? I thought it was unwarranted, unfounded. I'm like, where did this come from, innit? So to then have your team in 15th, like, you was in a relegation battle, bro. Like, obviously Lampard kind of bailed you out, but you might slide back down. We don't know, innit? So I definitely say Arteta's the worst. Lampard's the best, clearest, and Ollie's not far from Arteta to me.
Wow. Okay. To me,
yeah, you know what? I'll take that. I wouldn't say Ole's the worst out of the three. I wanted to say Arteta, but I couldn't really find too much justification with our form. But you've done it perfectly. So yeah, Arteta's the worst out of the three.
Yeah, easily, bro. But don't get me wrong, Lampard's not. Ollie's not far from him, bro. Like, because like I say, this team we have a very, very, very good squad of players. Yes. And obviously we're in a title race. So we look decent right now, but I think as a manager, he's terrible. I really think he's bottom of the barrel type of manager. Like, he really is terrible, innit? The fact that we look as bad as we have looked over the past few years is just simply down to him, innit?
It is. Yeah, I think the worst thing of you lot is Pogba. Like, you guys have a generational midfielder and he feels wasted because he ain't really had that prime season for you guys. He's had the 18-19 season, but that's been probably it in terms of what you've actually expected from him as a player.
Well, that's down to the manager as well, because like when Ollie got the job, he was playing Pogba as a 10 higher up. Pogba got Ollie the job. Ollie got the job and then dropped him back into the 6. And now we see him play deeper than the defensive midfielder every game. So he just wastes him. Like, nah, man, I can't stomach this guy in it.
And then
Obviously, I've got to go on. Sorry,
I was going to say, and then what the worst part is about that as well, you see him then play Pogba higher up against Villa, and you can see what Pogba can do. Man of the match performance. You know what I'm
and he'll drop him back in it.
You have one of the best attacking midfielders in Europe, and you play him as a 6. That's criminal in itself. Alongside with Ollie, compared to Arteta and Lampard, he has 10 years on these, man.
You don't even play him as a 6, or he'd be deeper than the 6. You get me? Like, he'd be picking the ball up from the centre backs. You get me? Like, I just be confused, bro.
I've seen
confused.
I've seen Pogba pick up the ball off De Gea. What is going on?
There you go in it. Like,
picking up the ball off De Gea. Because I remember there's one he got caught for. I can't remember what game it was, but he was picking up the ball off De Gea and he got caught for it. And United conceded, and everyone was blaming Pogba. Yes, it was his fault. But why is my attacking midfielder picking up the ball off my goalkeeper on the edge of our D? For that alone, in it, like Ollie's giving me so many nightmares. Yeah, that.
Mate, it's Creole flawlessly froze again, isn't it?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Oh,
yeah,
you're good.
But like the fact that we look as bad as we look sometimes, and then the players will go off to international break and look brilliant, that says it all to me, innit? That like really says it all and spells it all out to me, innit? Like, I think Ollie is terrible, and the only problem is I have to keep my mouth shut right now because we in second place, innit?
It's hard when the form's actually going well, but you already expect the collapse because no one wants to talk negative in the positive vibes and shit.
Yeah, I gotta keep my mouth shut, but it's not going well thanks to him. Like, he's not switching things up, and you get me, having us play a certain way. Like, I genuinely feel like it's just the players. We have quality, and the players are showing their quality in it. We don't ever score no goals where it's like that came off the training ground. It's always individual brilliance. 10 times out of 10.
We've been in that situation where we've had Eden Hazard carrying us for months on end. You lot, the only goal I could sit there and just think, that was pretty well made. That was that Sheffield United one. And even that one, at the end of it, was just a really bad goalkeeping mistake. But that was a play to get to it. Yeah,
like the counter-attacking, I don't feel like that's off the training ground, innit? Like, I just put that down to, like, when you're counter-attacking, it's so fast-paced. And it's so just, it's instinctual. That's the word, you get me? It's like, that's not, there's no thought put into that. The players are just going off instinct, innit? And that doesn't come off the training ground. That's just individual brilliance.
Yeah, we've already said the quality of your squad, and that's been helping you out for a while. But that's also why neither of us don't think you're really getting too far in terms of the title race.
Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for the wheels to fall off, bro.
What's your next run of games looking like?
We got the FA Cup coming up. We don't have any tough games coming up too much. I need the fixture list, innit? I don't know off memory.
Let me have a look quickly. I can find it. Manchester United. Here we go. All right, so you got the cup game with Watford tomorrow. Then it's Burnley away, Liverpool away, Fulham away, Sheffield United at home, and Arsenal away. That's a pretty decent run of games, to be honest.
Even with Liverpool away, I wouldn't be the players we have. I wouldn't be worried about Liverpool. Like how they're playing at the moment, their defense as well. They're there to be got at. Are we gonna go get at them? No. But we have the players who, if we had the manager that was confident enough, we could go get at them, and I would not be worried in it. But hey,
it is what it is, fam. That's what I'm saying. I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you, fam. In terms of that, like we have the players to get at everybody. I say this before. Saying. Every preview when people ask me, this is why I always predict Manchester United to win football matches. Is because we have the attacking players to do it. Will the manager implement them and put them in position to do that? Is to be said. Look at it. Even though United are top, joint top, whatever, we can go 3 points clear. Look at the games we drew and lost. You can all put on the manager. Look at the games we drew. We drew against Chelsea, didn't go for it. Drew against Leicester, didn't go for it. Who was the other draw? I remember who the other draw was. Lost to Palace, didn't go for it. Lost to Spurs, didn't really go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Any game where you need Ollie to manage, where it's like the situation now where it's at, the minute that it's at, like go earn your money, bro. Now is the time to earn your corn. Make a change at half time. Change the system at half time. He misses his window 10 times out of 10. And it's always like you see it, you're watching the games and you see it click in the player's head like, oh, this guy ain't doing nothing, so I'm just gonna try something in it. Like you see it click for the players, and that's why we'll turn it on for 10 minutes and then go back to looking trash. You get me? Like it's just weird, man. Anytime he has a window to change it, he doesn't change it.
Yeah, that's it. And that's our biggest issue. I say this on every video. That's our biggest issue. And you know what I'm saying is the fact that we don't change it. We don't manage it. Yo, big up to everyone in the comments. Also, salute. Make sure you hit the like video. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, as well, in the title, Lewis's channel will be there. So you can subscribe to Carefree Lewis. He's going live literally in 15 minutes. I'll be on their Premier League show. So make sure you subscribe on there. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, man? We stay working, people. We stay working, people. It is what it is. But yeah, let us know in the comments, like I said, your thoughts on who's the best or the worst, should I say, out of Oli, Lampard, Arteta. Who's the best right back in the league? Is it Lamptey? Is it Reece James? Is it Wan-Bissaka? Is it Trent? Etc. Etc. So Lewis, who do you actually
the quality of right backs in the league is a madness.
Oh yeah, it is. You know, considering the quality of it. Yes, it's deep, considering how the quality's dipped overall in the Premier League and that. You got Villa out here, you get me, fighting for Champions League spots. The right back situation is on point. So Lewis, who do you actually see winning the league? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Liverpool were always favourites from the start of the season. The question was how many teams could keep tight to them and for how long, but it always looked like Liverpool's title to lose. I didn't think it'd be as easy for them as it was last season, and it doesn't look like it's going to be as easy for them. But they still look clear of everybody else, despite all the injuries that they have on their squad. Their system's too solid. The squad that they have is good enough that they can rotate players or have players out injured and still be able to churn out enough wins. I think they got the squad to take it over the line. Everyone's saying Manchester City maybe, and to be honest, their team's starting to look a bit solid. And the fact that Liverpool haven't really looked as dominant as they have last season, they could come back. Like, you could really see a big turnaround towards the second half of the season because they've already got, if not Liverpool, Manchester City, and I don't really see anyone else. I had Chelsea down for third place. You still have a squad capable of third place, but hey, you just need Lampard to fix up.
Yeah, you definitely. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Same way, third place could be Manchester United and Oli. Well, so far so good. We've been on four.
You got the squad for it as well.
Hopefully it continues. Tux, what's your thoughts on it? Who do you see winning the title? Like, whose favourites has your mind changed?
I think for me, City, and I hate saying it, but City are clear favourites to me. They're not far off the top, and even though they've been off the boil all season, they're still not far away. You see them turning it on
only
now,
5
innit?
points, raw.
There you go, and you see them. They do. I think they might have.
They've got 2 games in hand.
They've got Liverpool. 2, yeah.
Oh, raw. Okay.
They've got 2 games in hand, and like the problem is now you see them turning it on. And this is the time to turn it on. You get me? I don't know what's going on with Aguero, but it's like Pep don't trust him right now. But if they get Aguero back starting every game, it's a wrap. Or if they buy a striker in January, it's a wrap, innit? Like, I can't look past City, innit? Like, they're proper turning it on right now, innit?
Yeah, because
2 games in hand is deep as well. Like, that's scary as well.
And Aguero's on the bench, so you can see that he's slowly but surely. He's not trying to rush him back because Aguero's very injured. The same way we talk about Manchester United being important. I mean, Eric Bailly being important for Manchester United and his injuries. Aguero's the same for them. I've said this. If Aguero's fit for City, that changes the whole complexion of this title race. I did pick Liverpool at the start of the league because I'm like, yeah, you're the favourites. They did good business in the transfer window. Also, I didn't think City did great business, even though Ruben Diaz has come in and saw their defense. They have the best defensive record in the league. Can they score enough goals? But again, against Chelsea, they were phenomenal. Like, that performance against Chelsea was very impressive. Against those,
and that's what we expect from the minute. Like, they just went back to premium City. The fact that they've looked bad but not been conceding, they got the best defensive record. Like, that's scary to me, isn't it?
Yes,
because it's like all it then takes is for your attack to switch on, and then it's a wrap from there, innit? Like, their defensive record is scary to me because they're supposedly having a bad season.
Yeah, and that's the thing is as well, they have the attackers too clicking to gear. When you have Aguero, Sterling, Mahrez, De Bruyne, when just those 4 alone, you're gonna win matches. You're gonna win matches.
That's a dirty transitioning team, whereas we can't transition to save our lives.
Yeah, but what about you? So what's your thoughts on Havertz then? What do you reckon? Like, why is it going right? Is he not being played right? Is he being played as an 8 when he should be a 10? Like, what is it? Is he playing too deep? Is he playing too high?
It's a mix of things. First is the assimilation to the Premier League. Also, it's the post-recovery from the virus, which I'm still not going to say, but you already know which one I'm on about. And he suffered badly compared to most athletes when they get the virus, because usually they're asymptomatic, but he had massive symptoms and his recovery was a bit peak as well. Like, we rushed him back into the Wolves game. He got absolutely annihilated in the midfield because of it. And
I'm gonna cut you off and say, like, I'm gonna shoot him some bail on that, because I had the virus as well in it, and it took me months to feel okay again. Like, and I don't get ill in it, but the virus wrote me off, like absolutely wrote me off. So I can't imagine and having that and then going to have to play strenuous football matches in it. So like,
exactly, if it's that, also that, and
we've seen it with Pogba as well. It took him a while.
Oh yeah, Pogba had the virus too.
It took him a while to get over
as well is that we're also playing him in the number 8, and he's okay there. I said he was versatile in numerous positions, and I stand by that. But combine that with all the other issues that he's been going with that I've literally already mentioned, then yeah, you want to play him in his best position to try and make him feel the most comfortable. He struggles at the most getting the ball out of our half. He's a great ball progressor, but it's the first couple touches when he receives the ball in his own half where he's a little bit suspect and he can lose the ball. And that's where people have capitalized on him as well. But he's all right when he gets going, but we got to play him in his best position. His best areas back when he was in Bayer Leverkusen was in the attacking third. We can't ask him to get the ball from the defensive third to the attacking third and have that same output. So, which is why I'm thinking if we're going to play him, especially second half of the season, because I've said numerous times his numbers in the second half of the season are crazy numbers compared to the first half of the season. So he's always a slow starter, and I'm fine with that. But if you want to get the best out of him, play him in his optimum position, which is number 10, behind the striker. Play him centre forward if you have to. I'd always back Kai Havertz at centre forward. At the most, he just needs to beef up a little bit. That will come in time as well. But for now, centre attacking mid. We can't play him on the right-hand side. I don't rate him on the right-hand side either right now, to be honest. He said he can play there. What I've seen from him, I don't want to see it too much. Number 10, 8 if we have to. Like, if we have to, then go for it. But other than that, please, can we just go back to the 4-2-3-1?
Fair enough, yeah. And Ashley agrees with you. He's also a Chelsea fan. And that. He says, yeah, best right back in the league. All facts in it. Just like jokers and that. But yo, Lewis, I know you got to shoot, obviously, because you got the Premier League show coming up. Jumping
yeah,
on.
That's calm, bro. I've dropped you the link, so just jump on whenever you're finished.
Yeah. I will do. And this works well still. This might be the pattern going forward. Might stumbled across something here. But yeah, anyway, might have done an ollie and just stumbled across something that works. You know what I'm saying? This front three is frightening. But it's like, stumbled across it.
I just walked frightening in our front three is right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, I'm better than Werner on that left-hand side, definitely. But yeah, make sure, and like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to add Lewis's channel, so it'll be in the title of the YouTube video. All you have to do is click it, make sure you subscribe. If you're a Chelsea fan, make sure you get over there. If you're a non-Chelsea fan, I'm subscribed before I knew him. Make sure you get over there. Highly
if you're a non-Chelsea fan, it's a neutral show coming up, so check it out as well. Straight after this show's done, we're going to be live on mine too, so jump on.
There you go in it. I'll be over there. Lewis will be on there, of course, hosting, etc. And you're gonna see us like working, you know what I'm saying? And as JV said here, have it.
Man said he looks like he just eats toast. What the oh mate.
Have it is hella maga. For those that don't know, maga means skinny. Just for those who don't know,
he needs to bulk up. Cool, I'll give you that. Definitely. I'm gonna have to bounce though. I'll see you in a few minutes, Flawless. Take care.
Catch you in a few minutes.
Bless, bro. Take care, guys.
Bless
up, Lewis. But yeah, as we were saying there, we are gonna close out the show. Make sure you head over to Lewis's channel because he goes live in 10 minutes. But yo, Tux, anything you want to get off your chest and that? Anything you want to get? Anything? Because how we're running Agenda FC now is one, is there any opinion? Well, there's two things. One, is there any opinion you have that you feel so strongly about that people call an agenda? One, or two, do you have anything that's just a genuine agenda?
I've got agendas, but I'm gonna save it for another episode, innit? Because we're second in the league right now. It feels wrong to go in. You get me? Okay, so I'm gonna wait and see how things unfold, and then I'm gonna start back on my bullshit, innit? But you get me? We're doing well, innit?
Fair enough. But yes, people, also on Sarcasm City TV, you get Agenda FC every Friday, 5 p.m. You will get this show. Obviously, it's something a little different, and it also is available on audio on all our audio only platforms. So you can get it on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, so you can listen to it while you drive, while you're at work, whatever in it. Like, we everywhere, wherever you listen to podcasts, just type in Sarcasm City TV. We're also back tonight, new show tonight, 10 p.m. Gyardem City meets Mandem United. That's me and Yan City. So we decided to put that together. So that's going to be a regular show on Fridays that you will get at 10 p.m. in it. Yeah, you need to jump on in it. Like I said, it won't just be me on the Mandem United side. You will see Tox obviously do shows. You'll see JV, who's in the comments, do shows, and other people as well. We're just trying to provide you lot content. Anything you want to say before we leave, Tox?
Are you, man, yeah?
Here we go.
Just a quick one, innit? Like, are you, man, yeah? That as soon as United win a game, yeah, and pick up 3 points, you, man, jump on Twitter and be like, oh, where are you Ollie outers now? Stop that shit, innit? Because that shit's going to come back on you, innit? So just allow it. When we win, I am happy, bro. I only want us to succeed, which is why I want Ollie out, innit? Don't stop doing that. Don't do that no more, innit? Where you Ollie out is fam. We still here, innit? But because our team won, we happy, innit? But as soon as it's on top again, man's back on it, you get me? So relax, innit? Like, he ain't out the doghouse for me, innit?
We already seen it happen against Manchester City. And then the thing is that Ollie outers don't do, like you and myself, we don't be like, look where all the Ollie in is now. I'm too hurt about the defeat. Yeah, I'm upset about the loss.
Pain, bro. It says a lot, yeah, when we're playing City, local derby, bro, and I sit down to watch the game, but I send my son away so he can't watch the game with me in it, because I go into that game feeling like we're gonna get pammed, and I'm trying to not let him see that in it. So like it says a lot, you get me? So like stop it, man, because you're there with your legs crossed, looking at your iPad, asking Michael Carrick for tips in it, and bringing in Darren Fletcher to add to your Brexit backroom stuff. Like that's gonna help in it. Like what's Darren Fletcher proven to be? Manchester United backroom stuff. I don't get it in it, but I digress in it.
Yeah, JV here says, yeah, them man are idiots, acting like they foresee the future and bear quiet when we lose. And that's the thing is, it's like I never attack people who are Ollie in once, but I'm too interested. I'm not worried about what other fans are doing. You know what I'm saying? I just want my team, like you said, to be successful. That's why I feel for your Aarons and your Saids and that, because people will hit them. As soon as Manchester United lose, the first thing people do is hit them up. I'm like, we just lost. Why are you concerned about them, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, surely it hurts you, innit? Like, me and Top are both Manchester born and bred, as is Saeed. You get what I'm saying? It's like, this shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? When Manchester United lose, it hurts. Yeah, it's painful. It's not a nice feeling. Man. I want you Ollie Inners to be right. I don't want to be right about this manager. I say this all the time. Because if he's everything you Ollie Inners say he is, we're going to win everything. And I'm all for that. So people like, oh, you're going to celebrate the title if we win it. Yes, of course I am. Of course I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? Of course I am.
Like, we're not too married to one outcome. You get me? Like, we want Ollie to succeed. Do I think he's gonna succeed? No, not even a little bit. But do we want him to succeed? Yes, of course. Of course, I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to succeed. Of course, I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, bro. I want him to succeed, innit? Why would I not want him to succeed? But the whole, like I said, any window he has to make a change and he don't change nothing and he don't prove himself and he don't earn his money, like it hurts, bro, to see. It hurts for the camera to pan to you and you're sat somewhere in the stands with your legs crossed looking at this iPad, bro. No expression on your face. I'm like, fam. Meanwhile, we've got Pep Guardiola who's winning the game on the touchline and he's kicking every ball on the touchline, you get me? That hurts to see, bro. I don't like that, innit?
I get what you're saying.
I don't like that, bro.
Are we saying? Shout out to Eddie, says Flawless puts in work, proper network growing here. Props, yeah, man. Of course, man. We gonna keep providing these stellar lineups. You know what I'm saying? And that Sarcasm City TV. And we go
giving Flawless his flowers, man. I love to see that shit. You get me?
Fam.
I love to see that shit. That Stormtrooper thing still makes me laugh in it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because I'm a massive Star Wars fan in it. So that reference is just yeah. That's a fire reference in it. One's a Stormtrooper, you know.
JV said it here. I'd love to watch a game with these Ollie Inners because what do you man do when we can't see our game ain't going right? They deflect and defend it. Here's the thing is, for most people I see who are Ollie out, because it seems most people around me just happen to be Ollie out. When he gets things right, we give him his props. I certainly give him his props. When he gets things right, I give him his props. I give Ollie major props for what he's done with this squad. The way he's improved the squad and what he's got rid of and bro. I like this team a lot. If you would have told me our 4 strikers when Ollie came in 2 years in would be Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, and Cavani, I would have said you crazy. If that's our 4, that's our 4 options. That's ridiculous.
Things like making Martial the number 9 and sticking with him. I appreciate that. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's going well right now, but that's not your fault. You get me? Like, so I give you your praise. As a director of football, you'd be fire, bro. But as an actual coach, a coach, nah, bro. Like we just brought in Traore today. It's like I don't expect you, man, to coach anything into him. So it's like you should have just left him where he was on loan or something, or send him out on loan elsewhere. Because it's like I don't see you, man, teaching him too much in it. Darren Fletcher, bro. You get me?
Fact. And the numbers just shut up as well. So I presume Lewis has just retweeted it. So if you are watching, make sure you get over to Lewis's channel. But if you're watching on my Twitter right now, retweet and like the tweet. And you can see it there across the bottom. And that, make sure you follow myself and Tox across all platforms. And subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Because the numbers is just shut up. We have over 100 people watching across all platforms. And that's the power of people. That's mad, isn't it? That's the power of, you get me, people like Lewis and people like, he's a big YouTuber out here in it. So yeah, that's sure you hit the like button. I can't keep saying this to say on every stream.
And subscribe as well, innit?
And when you subscribe,
we live every day.
Every day we go live, Monday to Monday. You get me? Every day that ends in Y, we give you some form of content. You know what I'm saying?
25/8 and that.
25/8. You get me?
Overtime. Sometimes you get 2 shows a day, innit? Like, flawless out here working, man.
And that's the plan, is to actually get into with 2 shows a day. You're getting 2 shows today. Saturday, you will get Galdem City in the midday, and you also get the watch along as well, the United Watford watch along. And Sunday back to Sarcasm City podcast, which I'm looking forward to, current affairs and that, with this whole Snoop Dogg, Eminem thing, Trump, all that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and then you get the Q&A at 8:30 also, and then we start all over again. Monday, gonna talk from the Arsenal back, new host of that as well for the Battle Rap fans. Gonna talk from the Arsenal. Quill has now joined the host. So yeah, Quill's on that show. You know what I'm saying? We out here
didn't even tell me that. Right,
yeah, because it only happened recently. I was gonna tell you off air, but I'll tell you now. You get what I'm saying?
Shout out Quill, innit?
Yeah, big up Quill. So you're gonna get them people. But yeah, if you're watching on my Periscope, yo, retweet the tweet, like the tweet. If you're watching this back in it, I can't say that enough because the numbers just sparked up and that. I was like, right, I thought the ticker was broken. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But yeah, people, this has been Agenda FC. You get this every Friday, 5 p.m. On Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.